Our last day on Kauai couldn't have been more beautiful. Before heading out to do some sightseeing on Kauai's North Shore, we made a quick stop in Kilauea to visit my cousin and her family, and I noticed that she had some mounted orchids that were still in bloom. Not far from where my cousin lives is Kilauea Point National Wildlife Refuge. This National Wildlife Refuge was established in 1985 by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. The ocean cliffs and tall grassy slopes provide a protective breeding ground for many Hawaiian seabirds. Kilauea Point Peninsula stands 180 feet above sea level and is home to one of the largest populations of nesting seabirds in the state. The views from this lookout area was amazing. I could have stayed there for hours. But I did read that the best view is from down there where the lighthouse is. Visitors are welcomed, but reservations are required ahead of time. They were closed on this day, but if I go back, I definitely will make a reservation because this place was breathtaking. And the coastal front also provides a safe haven for endangered Hawaiian monk seals, green sea turtles, and humpback whales. As you are driving to and from the wildlife refuge, you will see signs like this. It is to notify drivers that there are nene goose in the area and that they may be crossing the road, so drive carefully. The nene goose is an endangered species and it is only found in Hawaii. It is also the Hawaii state bird and it has been ever since Hawaii became a state in 1959. We are now leaving this quaint, charming town of Kilauea and heading north to do more sightseeing. If you're a resort lover, Princeville is where you want to be. For approximately $1,200 a night, you can stay at the recently opened and fully renovated One Hotel Hanalei. Or maybe you prefer the penthouse at $20,000 a night. Situated along Kuhio Hwy is the Hanalei National Wildlife Refuge Viewpoint. This 917-acre refuge was established in 1972 to recover threatened and endangered species, including endangered water birds. It is the oldest and largest of 3 refuges located on Kauai. The taro patches below somewhat resemble a patchwork quilt. Hanalei produces more than 60% of the taro used for poi in Hawaii. It was a beautiful sunny day, but after heavy rains, these mountains are draped with waterfalls. This view is picture perfect, so if you're ever on Kauai, make sure to stop by at this viewpoint of the Hanalei National Wildlife Refuge. Historic Hanalei Bridge is the gateway to Kauai's North Shore. This one-lane bridge was originally fabricated in New York in 1912. And despite proposals to replace it as part of a 2-lane freeway, it still stands today. Just a few minutes west of Princeville is peaceful Hanalei town. This charming small town on Kauai's north shore is graced with timeless beauty, but it offers everything from historic places to contemporary art galleries. An unforgettable stop on your next visit to Kauai. Historic Hanalei Pier was built in 1892 and it is a favorite gathering place for local residents. But it became world famous in 1957 when it was featured in the classic film South Pacific. It was originally built of wood and it was used to unload goods that arrived in Hanalei Bay by ship. But in the early 1900s, work began on a longer pier, and it was completed in 1912 using reinforced concrete. Today, it serves as a gathering place for families, fishermen, artists, surfers, children who love jumping off of the pier, and of course, awestruck tourists. Each evening, local residents and tourists come here to view a beautiful Hawaiian sunset. The neighborhood surrounding Hanalei Bay is absolutely beautiful. There were so many gorgeous homes, and I believe that actress Julia Roberts once owned a home here. It was a 2-acre beachfront property that she purchased in 2011 for $13 million. Remember that $1,200 a night hotel that I told you guys about earlier? One Hotel Hanalei? Well, there it is, overlooking beautiful Hanalei Bay. We crossed several more of these one-lane bridges as we traveled further north. As you can see, Kauai is absolutely gorgeous. I can totally understand why some celebrities have decided to call this place home. Just to name a few, some of the famous people that own property here on Kauai are Ben Stiller, Bette Midler, Pierce Brosnan, and of course Mark Zuckerberg. It's great for those who are fortunate enough to be able to afford living in a paradise like this, but it's a sad reality that a lot of local families have had to move to the mainland because they were priced out of paradise. And if you guys are a fan of the TV show American Idol, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Congratulations to Hawaii's very own Iam Tongi. He is the first contestant with Hawaii ties to ever make it to the finals, let alone take it all. Had finally arrived at one of the places that I really wanted to see before leaving Kauai. I was super excited because the last time I was there was when I was a kid. Maniniholo Dry Cave is located directly across the street from Haena Beach Park. This large opening dry cave can be explored easily, and it is a lot of fun for the entire family. Just bring along a flashlight. It is said to be about 300 yards deep and leads to a small exit hole on the side of the mountain. But I can't confirm that because I did not go all the way inside. It was really nice to be able to see it again after all of those years, But to be honest, I think it's a lot more exciting as a kid. It still was really neat to see, and I definitely would recommend it, especially if you have kids. They would definitely enjoy exploring this cave. I thought about going all the way to the back, but I didn't want to go by myself. So I just stayed right here in the front. This is a dry cave, but there are 2 wet caves that are located a bit further up the road. And one of the caves was actually used in the filming of Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. We finally arrived at Haena State Park. It is often called the end of the road because it marks the end point of Kuhio Hwy. Hawaii residents with a valid Hawaii driver's license or state ID may park and enter for free on a first-come, first-served basis. But if you are a non-resident or if you don't have a valid Hawaii driver's license or state ID, you will be required to make advance reservations. If this is a hibiscus, I've never seen one like this before. Here's a close-up look at a taro patch. The root of the plant is used to make poi, and the leaves are used in dishes such as lau lau or squid luau. This was our first time coming to this park, so we had no idea where this trail was gonna lead us. But wait until you guys see what's at the very end. The Kalalau Trail is a 22-mile out and back hike along the beautiful Nepali coast. It isn't just Hawaii's most dangerous hike, it's one of the most lethal in the entire United States. It even made the list of the 11 most dangerous hiking trails in the world. I've seen some of the views from Kalalau Trail online and they are breathtaking, but hiking isn't my forte. Luckily for me, at the end of that short trail was Ka Beach, and just take a look at how gorgeous it is. The water was crystal clear. And when I got my feet wet, honestly, I expected it to be warm, but it was a bit cold. But it was a beautiful sunny day, and had I been prepared, I would have definitely gone swimming. But our plans for the day was just to go sightseeing, so I didn't have a swimsuit with me. But if I ever go back to Kauai, I'm definitely gonna go back and swim at this beach because it was just gorgeous. I'm not sure if you guys are gonna be able to see it, but there were fishes swimming down there, like little fishes. So I was taking a video of that. I just was amazed at how clear the water was. Alright guys, so that was our time spent at Haena State Park. As I mentioned before, it is known as the end of the road because you can't drive any further north than that. So this is on our way back towards Kapa'a. We did have a few more stops to make before heading to Lehui to catch our flight out. We did make a quick stop alongside the road to get another view of beautiful Hanalei Bay. It was such a gorgeous sunny day. Just look at that. Before heading to Kapa'a, we made a detour in Princeville because I wanted to see some nene goose. So if you guys are curious, this is what nene goose look like. As I mentioned, they are the Hawaii state bird, and they have been ever since Hawaii became a state. We made it back to Kapa'a town a few hours before our flight, so we had some time to check out some of these shops that they have alongside the road. I still wanted to buy a few more souvenirs, some t-shirts, and just check out what they had. So this is one of the shops that we went to. So we got our Kauai t-shirts. We also had to make a quick stop at my cousin's house in Kapa'a to pick up our luggage because we stayed with him and his family over the weekend. 2 days went by really quick. We had so much fun. We got to spend time with family. We got to go sightseeing. We did a little bit of shopping. It was just an amazing time. So if you guys ever have a chance to go to Kauai, I definitely recommend it. This is a little garden area that they had right outside our gate as we waited for our flight back to Honolulu. And they had some beautiful yellow hibiscus. Okay guys, that is it for part 2 of my weekend on Kauai. I had such an amazing time. I definitely want to go back. And I hope you guys enjoyed getting to see some of the things that I did while I was there. And for those of you who have been to Kauai before, I hope watching this video brought back some wonderful memories for you and your family. And for those of you who are thinking about going to Kauai, hopefully this gave you some ideas of some places to visit. And for those of you who have never been to Kauai or never thought about going there, maybe watching this video may have inspired you to take a trip there. It is definitely worth it. We do have 2 major airlines that fly inter-island. One is Southwest, which is who we used on this trip, and the other is Hawaiian Airlines. We went with Southwest this time because their fare was cheaper. Southwest just started their inter-island service a few years ago, and I feel it was a good thing because now we do have competitive airfares going on between the 2 airlines. Sometimes you can find a one-way inter-island ticket for about $49, which I think is really good. So for those of you who are thinking about coming to Hawaii, I definitely recommend island hopping if you have the chance. As you can see, you can find cheap airfare. The flights between islands don't take very long, 20 to 30 minutes, and each island has something different to offer. And even though I am not a fan of flying, I have to admit that the views are absolutely gorgeous. We landed on Oahu after about 20 minutes in the air, and we got to enjoy a beautiful sunset. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button, and until next time everyone, remember to always live aloha.